Hello and welcome to Loose Queens, a vlogcast where we explore the diverse world of drag and serve up some fast show-like comedy. The show's hosted by me, Auntie Ginger, aka Miss Drag UK, along with my co-host, Donna Matrix, S&M Queen to the stars.
Oh, thank you, Auntie. Listen, thank you for watching. Over the course of a number of shows, we'll explore a range of drag artists and styles with performers from all over the world of drag. We will have more and more episodes as we want to represent as much drag as possible. Kings, queens, ab-fab artists, and so much more.
So join us each show where we'll have a special guest in the studio to chat about their drag, and we'll see what us as a pair of loose queens can learn from them.
Absolutely. And you're looking wonderful today, Auntie.
Thank you, dear.
Wonderful.
You too. So, Donna, tell me what clients you've had recently.
Well, interesting you should say that because I have been busy, love, at my chambers. I had a university professor. He's been tapping me up for some time. He likes to be an adult baby. Haven't got a problem with that. He likes to dress up, nappies. Occasionally, he likes to be read a bedtime story. That's not a problem. He told me the other day, could it be Toy Story? Turned out to be Tolstoy. War and Peace. Took 9 hours to get through that. But for the ultimate baby humiliation experience, yeah, I take him down Audi on a Sunday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, and as he goes through a tin of baked beans, I whack him over the head and say, leave it alone, you little sod. But it's been very testing, but he's been fine. So, Auntie, it's an interesting life I lead. So what funny stories have you had going on?
Well, I've got on my regular gigs. You see, I did a hen do recently. Yeah, I did. And the challenge that they had was a toilet paper wedding dress.
But I hope that went down a storm.
Well, I'd say that if it was going to be good, the solution was in their hands. Now, Donna, as much as I like your outfit, dear,
yes,
you've described this as your roadkill dress. But do you want to tell us who you've killed, or swerved to avoid this week?
Or killed, we don't mind. Well, yes, as you can see, it's my Lady Gaga dress. She did a meat dress. I've gone one better. It's my roadkill. I've got a few dead rodents on the back. So each week, when I'm out in my Honda Jazz, I'm trying to avoid people. So now, hopefully we'll see on the screen as well. So basically it's a little quiz, everybody watching. We want you to guess, who have I narrowly swerved or almost killed this week? Could you tell through the squirrels, dead blood and the pigeons? They're all over my windscreen.
I have a sense this one might have been a virgin.
Yes, that was very good.
Was that a good guess?
There, yes,
okay, well, I'm not sure. Anyway, but I'm sure at the end of the show all will be revealed.
Absolutely.
Now, coming up soon, we have our very first fabulous guest. This episode, it's going to be Whiplash, who I'm excited to see. Now, she's sometimes referred to as a door whore.
A door whore?
Now, do you know what a door whore is?
I don't know.
Well, it's like a promo artist, but I think it's a term we should learn more about.
We should.
So we'll talk to her later. But now, Donna, why don't you get your Nokia and tell us how people can contact us?
Well, yes.
This is our modern phone device.
Oh, yes. We've got the latest technology here at Loose Queen. So you can find us on Instagram or Instagramma in Auntie's case, if you are Auntie. We are at Loose Queens, which is for Instagram, and it's the same for Facebook, but not on Twitter.
No.
We believe that bird has flown the nest.
Very much so. So let's get our modern technology in safe hands now. Also, we have another guest helping us out on each show, our budget Alexa device. We couldn't afford the real thing due to budget constraints, so Donna and I found ourselves in a nearby market.
We did.
Please welcome our paranoid Android virtual assistant device. It's Gerhard. Hello, Gerhard.
Oh, it's me you're looking for. Oh, hello, I'm Gerhard. How are you two?
We are good. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I'm very good, but I have a technical problem at the moment. It's a network problem. Please don't use beef stew as a computer password, guys. It's not strong enough. You get it?
Thank you, Gerhard.
Live at the Apollo with Gerhard.
Oh, it's going to be groaners all day, I can tell. Right, now,
we'll carry on for that. Gerhard, thank you. We'll be coming back to Gerhard as we go along and checking in to see what he's talking about. So in case anyone wants to stop during the session today, in the SM world, we use a safe word. Okay. So, for example, if, Auntie, you're feeling too much heat from the outfit, you could use that safe word. We can stop the show. You'll be okay. So, Gerhard, what's the safe word?
The safe word is Heimlich maneuver.
Oh, very good.
Well,
So,
thank you, Gerhard,
that sort of works,
for that
doesn't it?
interesting input. So I'm sure we'll be hearing from him later. But let's first find out what's been going on in my world. I stole your bit, there, but that's
all right.
okay. I was followed into a gym, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were, yes. So it's like, should we have a look?
Yeah,
to
let's have a
see?
look. Do you know I've been in some holes in my time, but this one really feels like the right size for me.
Well, now, I didn't know you could sweat so much.
Well, me neither.
Yeah, well, you look a bit like a mascot from Grindr, but...
I can live with that.
That's fine,
That's all right.
okay.
Right, okay. Let's get into it on and introduce our next guest.
Yes.
So, Whiplash. She is one of the most fabulous queens ever to strut her stuff on Manchester's Canal Street. She's a promo queen or a door whore. You'll often find her outside bars in the most amazing outfits, which she makes herself. Her hips don't lie, and we love her to bits. Hello, Whiplash.
Hey! Hi, guys.
You're looking divine.
Wonderful, absolutely gorgeous.
So, welcome to Loose Queens.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, for people who don't know you, and where have they been if they don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, Whiplash.
I've been everywhere. Well, I'm primarily based in here in Manchester. I work Canal Street, from Cruise 101 to Kiki, New Union, anywhere that pays the most at the time.
And you're doing 2-hour shifts, 3-hour shifts. How long does it last?
Well, it varies. Thursdays is probably some of my longest shifts, and I will be doing like 11 till 5. But
Wow.
I tend to try and stay before 2 o'clock. Anything past 2 a.m. is a push for me to get, because I don't like doing the late nights, and that's really, really odd for a queen. As a drag queen, say, "Oh, I don't like late nights," but I still have to have a life. I still need to sleep.
I can definitely.
We all have things to do.
We've all been. I can understand the late night, so it's like, and so you're doing now with your appearance and your look, and we've got some pictures as well that we've
Yes.
flashed up.
Let's
so,
flash up one of
so
those.
And
Also, my aesthetics.
so now, where was this taken?
This was an event we done. It was for Evan's Adventures, if I remember correctly. It was teamed up with Kiki, the bar that I work at Manchester, and we was doing a abseil. So it was for the George House Trust and the LGBT Foundation. So it was raising money. All queens could take part, all queens could get involved. There was myself, Miss Cherry Valentine, who also works at Kiki, and Davina De Campo.
Right.
She's just she appeared on it with us. It was really good fun. We climbed down. Well, we abseiled down some cliff in the Lake District at 10 a.m. and which I never thought I'd actually ever do in my life, and it's just something great because I like to take personally drag to somewhere where you wouldn't expect it, because that's the part where you make the friction.
It looked like
that's where
in the back of the picture it looked like you were in a quarry, because I just saw stone slopes. It was you were quite high
I
up there.
can't remember the name of the actual place, but it was about I think the abseil was 100 and some odd feet, and then we scrambled down some gales, and there was 200 some odd feet back to where we were supposed to be.
Wow.
So it was quite an adventure.
Presumably,
sorry, Alex,
go on.
Well, questions.
They let you take your heels off during the climb.
Yes.
Right.
Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to wear my pleasers, which is a statement piece of mine. Everyone knows my height from my pleasers because I can't be small. However, we was given harnesses. Evan's Adventures was fabulous. They kitted us out with all the gear.
Wow.
And it was
quite
an experience.
Well, the question is, can you abseil in high heels? There's a. I mean, not that you probably did it, but
I think the question is, should you?
well,
abseil?
yes.
Right.
I think I could give it my darndest. However, it would probably be dangerous.
It could be very dangerous.
So
That's how I like to live.
one of the things I love about you, Whiplash, is the looks They're incredible, and how much work they are. I mean, let's just move to our second picture of you. This is, I mean, look at this.
That is incredible.
Fantastic. Tell us about this look.
Thank you. This is a look that I had inspired by Ellie Max Effects. She's a YouTube artist online, and what it was a creation for the Medusa piece that I wore for the George House Trust Drag Ball this year at Manchester. It was held at the Ritz, and I like over the top. I like bigger. I think personally my style of drag is very dark, very gothic, very bondage. That's my main primary focus within Manchester is the Manchester Fetish Queen. It's just what I do. Right. I run a lot of the rubber events, and I work closely with MRM, which is Manchester Rubber Men.
Okay.
So I have the weekends with those, and I just do fetish and goth things, which is a big niche within Manchester for myself, and it puts you those in boxes, because at the moment I get compared a lot to other queens that's been on television. Yeah, this has been my 6th year in drag.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done this for 6 years, so you get compared to people like, for example, I love the Boulet brothers. They're stunning.
Okay, who are the Boulet? I've not heard of them.
The Boulet brothers are two American-based queens.
Right.
And there's Swan Thula and Drag Morder.
Okay.
And they've been doing club nights, etc. But they've just started their show called Dragula, which is like RuPaul's Drag Race, but for alternative queens.
Okay.
Which is absolutely fun, and it brings a wide spectrum to the drag community. I think they're one of the first drag shows live on telly to not just promote alternative drag, but they've also got contestants that are trans. There's now a drag king entering in a drag queen competition, for example,
fabulous.
which is it's amazing. It's breaking all the boundaries. But because I do fetish and goth, you instantly get put in that box. So, you just look like a Boulet brother. And I'm just like, if I had £1 for every time I heard that.
You wouldn't need to work past 2 a.m. So, tell us, how long does it take you to make a look? Tell us about the process, that sort of thing.
Well, I think it takes forever and a day. The wife says I knock it up in 5 minutes. He's like, if we give me a week, and like if we've got time to plan a look, I'll sit till the last minute and panic about it because I won't do anything. I'll get all the materials and it's sitting there looking at me. It's that initial cut the material, and then I'll knock it up within the day. A headpiece will take like 2 days maybe, depending on how grand it is. A dress, a day, 2 days max.
Right.
But I have all my pattern pieces. I know what silhouettes work for me, and it's all about finding that silhouette, finding what works, and knowing your shapes.
And
just
gosh,
knock it out.
you know those shapes,
Oh,
right?
I'm fond of my shapes and my figures. Unfortunately, I haven't done it today because, like I said, it's a very early one and I've been running quite late, so I've got a nice caftan moment.
I know, I'm impressed. I'm impressed you didn't recycle a face, given you
You said I was working last night, yeah.
Well, and I just wanted to ask, before, and you've been doing it 6 years.
Yes.
Before that started, what were you doing before? How did you get into drag? What was the moment for you that went,
This is a good idea.
I love this story.
Yeah,
I love this story. Before I started drag, I was a builder.
Oh, right, okay.
Wow.
Quite the contrast, I know. So yeah, I was a builder. I qualified with my level 4 national diploma in construction.
Right.
And I worked for a building firm, and it was great. It was camp. And then I was out in the village on a night out with some friends, and I saw a drag queen working outside a bar, and I was like, "What is she doing?" She wasn't even standing, bless her. Right. I'm not going to mention the queen's name. She was sitting down. She was was handing out like flyers every 3 minutes. And I was like, this is something that I would indulge. I'm enjoying what you're giving me. So I asked her, got to talking to her. I was like, I'm going to do that. My friend was like, a day to do it. So I did. I came back literally the next weekend. At the time, it was like a ripped mesh top, a pair of leather trousers, and I had a big hat. I like my hats.
You do?
I'm not a hair queen. I can't style hair for save my life.
I don't blame you.
So I like a headpiece or a hat.
Yeah.
So I had a massive big hat on and a whip.
Wow.
And I worked at the club. I was like, I'm going to do your door today. And there was like, no, you're not. I was like, I'm going to do your door today and I'll see you at the end of the shift. Thank you. So I ended up doing her shift alongside her, picking up, learning like bits and trades of exactly what she was doing. And I basically just took it from there. At the end of the shift, like with the 5 minutes, I had a queue.
Yeah.
The managers came out like, we've never had a queue.
Right.
On a Wednesday. So, and then
Amazing.
it just snowballed from there. I picked up one gig after the other, and here I am.
And from the building community, was there any that were supportive? Were they like, go for it? Or was that a separate
No,
thing?
it was completely separate, which was really hard doing 2 jobs because I had to balance both at the same time.
Right, okay.
So it was really hard sometimes of finishing those late nights.
Wow.
And then running to your event to be on site in the morning. And sometimes I'd be doing, I was a quantity surveyor.
Right.
So like you'd be getting all the materials and you'd be doing all that jazz and you're sitting there like still doing doing all your judge, and then you turn around one minute and get a glimpse of you in a mirror, and you've still got last night's eyeliner on. Well, you rub your face up the best you can, but you've still got like on that smoky eye. That's
We
smoky
might
eye.
possibly see a couple of buildings around Manchester with a slight slant.
Slight tip, yeah.
Could be Whiplash.
The Leaning Tower of Whiplash. I
Oh,
like it.
beautiful.
Well, which is really, really funny to say that everything will be slanted, because it's one thing that most people will know about me is I've done it for so long and I've worked so nights, but I don't drink and I don't do I don't smoke. There's no sort of like,
Interesting.
working in the club environment and seeing alcohol and people drunk. I just don't do it.
Is,
to
for
say-
me as well, for you, is the dressing the drug for you and the getting...
It's the addiction,
Yeah.
100%. Like, because I don't do drink, drugs, or alcohol or smoking, I don't live a wild life. So this is my escapism.
So,
The addiction is the clothes.
a couple of questions for me. So, the term door whore. Tell me about that. 'Cause I think there may be some contention. So tell me about that. What it's all about. Is that the right term? Those sorts of things.
You'd put professionally, you'd put it as like you would be a promotional artist. However, on my CV it says walkabout performances. Performance art and walkabout street-based entertainment.
Right, okay.
Sounds slightly like a prostitute, I know. However, no, a door whore, personally, I don't take offence at it. I know a lot of girls do. It's a derogatory term, I guess, within the drag community to explain or describe a promotional artist. So someone who's promoting or primarily on their door, and their job is to stand on the door all night with vouchers, handing out free shots, coming to our club to entice the audience and the customers inside the club.
Right.
So that was where, again, how I started my career.
Yeah.
I should have really saw someone on the stage and like, I'm coming back to do that. However, the door whore term, you instantly get put in that bracket where you're then, if you're a door whore, you're not worthy to be on a show team. You don't deserve to be in a group with everybody else, and given that stage presence, because you don't have a voice. Just go back outside there and bring in my customers for my show.
Right,
And
so
I'm
there's
just like,
hierarchy there.
Yeah, it's really giving you that, and it belittles queens and makes them feel like they can't go anywhere or do anything else with their career.
Right.
And I just like it's just I don't prefer the term. I'm not gonna lie. It's a belittling term.
Yes.
You know.
So what's next for Whiplash? Have you got anything you're gonna plug or?
A holiday sleep.
Sleep.
No, I don't know. I have not a clue where she's going next. I would like to open some form of a shop because like I've said to everybody from the get-go, yes, I enjoy the costumes and I enjoy putting it all on and making the garment. But if I can construct and get down to the smallest part where I didn't have to do this for me anymore, and I was making costumes or making outfits for other people, then that would be fabulous. My aim eventually would be to open a shop somewhere for the larger lady.
Okay.
Who doesn't quite fit into the pretty little thing dress.
Right.
Who doesn't really want, to run to the really expensive shop down the road that everyone goes to get their garments from. No, somewhere that's local. It's like a one-stop drag shop where you can go there, you can get the boobs, you can get the pads, you can get the corsets in your size, you can get me the patterns and whatever you want. Bring it to my shop, I will make it for you, and you'll have it whenever.
Sounds
but not
great.
just queens, like alternative artists, transgender women, everything. For the larger lady.
Wonderful.
I'll be your first customer.
Always about that.
And another one, main one to ask you, Drag Race UK. Any favourites to win or lose?
A very good topic at the moment because it's quite large in the social media. I must admit, I love all the I'm saying I love all the queens on there. There's two that's Manchester based. Both have my support, but my heart lies with my girl, and that's Davina De Campo. Like she's I have watched from being a young boy, a young LGBT boy. Before I did drag, I would go to shows and I would see Davina De Campo. I would see the Misty Chances of the world. So to see Davina De Campo get onto this platform that I've watched her work and I've watched her put the hours in and I've watched her faces and her dedication to the job.
Right.
To see where she is now, I don't think there's anybody else deserving to win.
And well, that drives...
That's a personal opinion.
Absolutely.
And that's wonderful, and that drives you on in a way.
Oh, 100%. To see if Davina De Campo, who can again works at the bar that I work at, I've worked with on several occasions, I've abseiled with her, to see her go on to go through Drag Race UK, absolutely phenomenal. It inspires me to do more with myself and my career.
And will you apply next year?
I'll have to give that one a thought because I look at Drag Race like a game of chess. Only the pawns go first, dear.
Oh,
Queen comes after.
nice. I like that.
I like that. That's a very
And then
good
just to
answer.
ask as well, you got contacts in as well.
Yeah.
How now I don't wear contacts. How fiddly is that to get? How uncomfortable are those?
If you have a new pair of contacts, because I always wear a different colour contacts. Usually my staples are white eye. white eye, black smoky, big brown lip. Staple moment. Usually, if you're fiddling around with them and they're an old pair, they can get quite irritating. If you keep them fresh and always change the solution in them, make sure you get the good ones, pop them in. I can put them in straight away. It takes about a second.
Well, looks like I just wondered, Gerhard, our little device. I don't know if you've met Gerhard.
Hello, Whiplash.
Hello, Gerhard. How are we today?
Fabulous.
Fab.
Maybe not as fabulous as you. It's certainly different to what we have in Germany. But yes, I don't have hands, but if I did, I'm strangely drawn to your gloves.
My gloves.
We could actually try and get a little pair of Whiplash gloves for Gerhard. As just your own little, branch out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Merchandise.
Absolutely fine.
That's a great idea.
And Gerhard, what do you think of coloured contacts? Is that something you see in your future?
There's a line there that I'm sure I cannot say, but
Say it because we're recording.
no, I shall defer.
Okay.
So not to be unplugged or rebooted. The eyes in this instance are very striking.
Thank you.
With a wonderful. Thank you for that input, Gerhard.
Yes, very useful input. So, thank you so much for coming. Is there anything else you wanna plug, or in fact, actually, we should ask, where can people find you?
You can find me Wednesdays I'm at Kiki on Manchester, or you can find me at Instagram at Whiplash_4_you. I do have 2 accounts, but one's on there. Don't follow it. It's the one in the red dress. You'll see me in my lovely latex dress. It cost a fortune. And there, so it's Whiplash4you on Instagram and John Matthew on Facebook. So yeah, it's John Matthew on Facebook because we're not allowed our names. Thank you, Facebook.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a wonderful time, and thank you, girls, for having me.
Well,
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming on. I'll give you a little bit of applause. Here we go.
Absolute star.
Oh, see that? Regenerate. No expense spared here. You get a little bit.
The glamour. Thank you.
Thank you, my
very, very
darling.
much, ladies.
Much appreciated. Mwah.
Bye. Well, that was wonderful. She was stunning.
She was absolutely stunning. Now, let's not forget your comedy slice of the episode, shall we, Donna?
Yes. And finally, let's go over to the World War I poet, Walter Mellons, for his take on life.
Stop that. Hello. Be quiet. I am Walter Mellons, 2nd Lieutenant and war poet. War. Sides rubbing, aching, blister and burst. The fluid of lost lives. Splashes against the beefy curtains of peace. War. Made by man and man-made for mankind's unmaking. War. All is gone, save the clammy funk and great swinging tits of death. Stop that.
So that about wraps it up for this episode. If you want to follow us, you can. Donna, can you remind us of the contact details?
Here we go. Here's the mock here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are at Loose Queens on Instagram or Facebook at Loose Queens, but not Twitter. We're not the Twits auntie, are we?
No, we're not.
There we go.
That's blown the nest. Right, that's what I keep telling people. You know what? We nearly forgot to do our reveal, didn't we, on who you nearly ran over this week. Now, who was it?
Well, let's have a look at the slide.
Okay.
I can reveal. It was Madonna,
There
of
we
course.
go.
Yes, there we go.
Virgin.
Yes, Lady Gaga's gran. Can I say that? Oh,
Virgin on what? I'm
no,
not
she's
sure.
she's still out there. She's still doing it. Madonna, bless her. So yes, glad we didn't really run them over, and we don't. It's just for fun, and the gays would be furious.
They would.
So, like Jerry Springer, in summing up, Gerhard, can you give us our final thought, please?
Yeah, a stitch in time saves 9. But this is nothing to do with rips in the fabric of space-time continuum, although, Auntie, your fashion seems to be from another planet. And while we're on the subject, Donna, your outfit looks like the rings from Saturn, or the horizontal bars on a telly when you need to tune it in. That is all.
Well, thank you.
Marvellous. Thank you, Gerhard.
Gerhard.
Well, look, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. And remember, if you're not loose,
you're not a queen. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.